So in this video, I'm gonna show you how I took this horrible website and turned it into a beautiful website inside of Gohighlevel. The first thing is having a good first impression. And how do we do this is by creating an awesome hero section for our website. Let's go. Okay, so one of the many issues with this website is the layout is boring, generic, we've seen it everywhere, and it just sucks. So I wanted to create something way better. For the purpose of this website, I wanted it to do for marketing agencies. So I wanted to call out our ideal customer and hit their pain point, which is landscaping businesses that aren't getting enough jobs per month. Just a headline with a sub headline with our guarantee. I know a lot of lead gen agencies have a guarantee, so it's just nice to put it down here. The header is just super simple, services, process, pricing, navigation bar, a quick call to action. I wanted to add a simple animation for the buttons, which is just elevate. I think it looks pretty cool. The next thing you might be wondering is how do we have two buttons side by side? So this, we can do it very simple. We add an element, two columns side by side. I'm gonna duplicate this just to show you very quickly, but we could have two buttons next to each other, and then all we have to do is fix the spacing. And so when we click here, I'm gonna scroll down and we're gonna fix the width. So you can bring them close to each other by making the width much smaller. So something really cool that I did with this website is I wanted to show like quick highlights as to why you should even trust this agency. I completely made up these stats, but let's say you had generated $450,000 in new revenue for your clients. Let's say you've worked with 24 businesses in the past and you have 5 years experience with Facebook ads. This is an awesome way of showcasing that, and let me show you how we did this. We're gonna create a new column. It's gonna be 3 rows, and the next thing is going to be creating the text. So headline and then a sub headline, super simple. Okay, but how do we create this outline around it? So we're gonna need a couple things. So click on this, the purple section. We're gonna go to advanced. I'm gonna add a border. It's gonna be full border, but we want it to be round. And so I'm gonna do border radius. It's gonna be 25. And so that's what's gonna make the border round. Now you can't see it, but I can show you very quickly. So now it's like round. So that's one way you could go about it. Another way you could do is advanced, and you could add a box shadow. So the box shadow gives it that effect that we have on our website. So how you can do it is just remove the color in the border, and it's just gonna have the shadow. And so you can see it right now, but that's pretty much what it looks like. And to do this, we just duplicate it 3 times and then just change the text. Super simple, doesn't take very long, and then that's how it's gonna look like. Okay, but the next thing is fixing this boring about us section. Let's create something that's more dynamic, appealing, and easier to understand. So this section right here, the about us, is supposed to tell somebody how we can help them. So our services, a bit more detail as to what we do, but the problem is not many people read paragraphs. It looks boring, and a lot of people just gonna slide right through and skip this section. So how do we do something better? Well, I wanted to create a section that has like a super cool graphic and clearly shows you what this business is about. So they're gonna fill up your calendar with appointments. Super simple, but it just saves you time and it's just more intuitive. And if you scroll down, there's a bit of copy if you want to read, but it's just more digestible. Whereas this paragraph right here, not many people are gonna read. I did this all within Photoshop, so let me show you what that looks like. So this graphic right here, we have a few elements, actually quite a few, but these are all different layers. And so I'll show you some of them. You can kind of get an idea as to how I built it, and then I removed the background at the end. Down here it's just text, so headline and then some sub headlines down here next to each other. Super simple, and it just gets the point across much better. Now let's fix this generic services section. This is just not gonna work. We need something more appealing, more intuitive, and something that represents our services better. I created this section right here. So our services, it has all of our services side by side. So let's say we do lead gen plus booking the appointments for these landscaping businesses. How do we show this in a super cool way, very easy to understand, and just better than this? So I created this using 2 columns side by side, a photo and then text on this side. What that looks like inside of Gohighlevel is by adding a whole 2 column side by side, and then on this side we're gonna have the photo, which is the graphic. So I'm gonna add the image, and then on the left side we're gonna have the text. So headline and sub headline. Now where it gets tricky is how do we create this awesome graphic that it almost looks like it's 3D. So this is a graphic that I created. You can see again the different layers, so you can have an idea as to what it looks like, but it's just a bunch of different layers put together. We added some blur to make it like it's fading out. So that's how we created this section, which I think looks way better than this. That's gonna help our leads make that decision to book that appointment. Something huge that this website is missing is a call to action. That's literally the point of this website, is how we turn a visitor into a booked appointment. And so I'm going to show you how we create an awesome call to action in a brilliant way. So when I was scrolling down this website, I realized that there's no call to action. There's just like a phone number and that's it. This website is just not optimized to turn a stranger into an appointment. So what I created was this amazing looking section. What I wanted to do for a call to action is kind of like a 2-in-1 section. So book a call, of course, but let's qualify you. So we have different packages depending on the type of business owner that you are. So if you're a landscaping business that you just started and you do most of the landscaping yourself, or you have somebody that helps you out, then you could be in the solopreneur plan, and it's going to be a bit different with what you get. If you're somebody that has a landscaping business with a bigger team, you need more appointments booked, then we also have something to help you out. So how we did this is we add a new full section right here, full width section, and then I'm gonna add a 3-column row because we're gonna have 3 services that we offer. So the first one is gonna be a solopreneur. So this is just text and sub headlines. So we can just do it right here. Let's say we wanted to add a divider. And so I could also add some text. So a sub headline. So I could change this, change the color, if you wanted it to be gray or white. But you might be wondering, there's like these subtle changes in color for each section. There's these different shades in the black. And so that I created as well within Photoshop. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. So these are just layers, and it has like a really cool subtle different changes in the tones of black so that it looks just a bit better. And then we export this as a PNG file, and then I can just add it as a background. So instead of having a background color, I can just add a photo, which is that specific background. And then there we go. So that's what it looks like. And then in terms of making the round edges, again, we click here, make it advanced. We're gonna have a full border, and it's gonna be, let's say 25 radius, just so it has those round edges. And then again, you can just keep adding stuff. So let's say you have a button to make a call to action. You have different sections. You wanted this to be, text aligned to the left. You can do that as well. And so that's exactly how I created this section right here. And well, let me show you the final result. And if you're thinking this is a lot of work and you want to save yourself some time, just click the link in my bio. You can check out our amazing Gohighlevel website templates that are ready to use, ready to go, that you can customize for your own business. Or if you just want a custom website for your business built by me, then click the second link in the bio to book a call.